Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pick Dawgz, and you're here for your free picks from the MLS on Saturday, July 1st. Well, guys, as usual, another busy Saturday in the MLS. 13 games on the schedule, kicking off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern and closing out at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be an exciting day. We have a lot of great games going on. And then again, if you want more free picks, you can find them up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. There's a couple more videos for soccer as well. We have a few games in the Mexican Liga MX, and we have some games in Europe, in Sweden and Norway as well. So get your free picks for that as well, guys. If you want my best bet, simply click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up to my page on the Pickdawgz website where you can sign up. Let's get this show on the road, guys, without any more time wasting. 13 games, like I said, and the first one that we have is between Montreal and NYCFC. This one should be fairly interesting because Montreal actually hasn't lost any of their last three games. They have been very, very solid at home, 7 wins and only one loss. While New York City, they actually haven't won any of their last 12 games. They're struggling a lot. They haven't won a single game on the road so far this season. However, they are on a 5 game draw streak. Now, I know that these are not wins, but these are positive results that they're getting. And this is their third game in a row that they are playing on the road. Fifth of their last 6 games on the road. And I think that they will need to wait a little bit to get another win. And I think that they will need to wait for the next round when they are hosting Charlotte at home, and maybe then they will get a win. But as far as this one goes, since they are on a 5 game draw streak right now, I'm gonna ride with that, guys. I'm gonna take the draw in this one, plus 245. It seems that the books are not expecting it. Otherwise, the price would be closer to around plus 200 or something like that. But plus 245. I think it's definitely worth the risk, and I'm gonna go with that in this matchup between Montreal and New York City. The next game we have is between Columbus and New York Red Bulls, and as we can see, Columbus is a pretty heavy favorite at minus 109, as they should be because they have lost only one home game so far this season. They are undefeated in their last 5 games, and they are playing really, really well. Red Bulls on the other side has just beaten Atlanta 4-0 at home, and that was definitely a huge, huge confidence boost for this team. But overall, they have been pretty decent as of late. They have been scoring goals consistently, and they have been improving a little bit. But they are coming into this game with a few injured players and a few missing players who are playing at the Gold Cup. So I do understand why they are such big underdogs in this one. So instead of choosing the side, I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals in this one. It's minus 109, which is an amazing price if you ask me. But this is a game where I definitely see goals, and should be another exciting matchup in the MLS. In the next game, guys, we have Cincinnati hosting New England, and even though they had a sloppy game last week against DC United, a game which they lost 3-0 on the road, Cincinnati is still a pretty heavy favorite at home at minus 104, and I definitely understand why, because they have been perfect at home this season. 10 home games, 10 wins, and they have been scoring a ton of goals. And actually, they have won their last 13 home games in a row. As far as New England goes, in a very, very good form right now. They are on a 3 game winning streak. However, all 3 of those games were at home. And all of those games were against some struggling teams like Miami, Orlando, and TFC. So I think this is going to be a completely different game for New England. And on top of that, they are missing like 7 or 8 players, which will definitely reduce their depth by quite a lot. So in this game, guys, I'm gonna go for a deep, deep plus money, and I'm gonna take Cincinnati to win and both teams to score at plus 265, simply because New England has been in such a good form. I do expect them to score a goal here, but I think Cincinnati gets another win here, and they will prolong their winning streak at home. So Cincinnati to win and both teams to score at plus 265. Inter Miami is hosting Austin in the next matchup, and somehow Inter Miami ended up being the favorites here. Even though they have won only one of their last 6 games, they have lost the other 5 games, and they already have 5 losses at home this season. Austin has had a little bit of a sloppier start to the season. They have been pretty bad defensively, but now they are on a two-game winning streak. They have beaten Dallas 3-0 at home, and then they have beaten Houston as well at home, also 3-0. And their last 6 games have gone over 2.5, while 4 of those 6 games have gone both teams to score in over 2.5. Now, Inter Miami is definitely due for a performance, and just to remind you, Messi will not be available for this game just yet. I'm not sure about Busquets, he might be on here, but I think that Messi's first game for Inter Miami will be July 21st, I believe they said. But they're coming into this game with a new head coach, and that's Gerardo Martino, former Barcelona coach. I think he was in Atlanta as well, and he was coaching somebody in Mexico up until now, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that had something to do with Messi's arrival. That's why he was signed as well. But in this game, guys, I'm keeping it simple. I'm staying away from the sides, and I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals. Minus 139. I think that's a very solid price. I'm not even going to try to stretch this to both teams to score because I've had both teams to score in over 2.5 in Austin's last 2 games, and we lost both of those. So I'm going to play it safe, and I'm simply going to take over 2.5 goals in this game between Inter Miami and Austin. Orlando is hosting Chicago in Florida, and this should be a very interesting game. And I think this is a very, very good spot for Chicago, who's actually on a 2 game winning streak on the road. In their last 2 games, they have beaten teams like Portland and Kansas City as well. While Orlando has been a little bit sloppy, and they're actually winless in their last 3 games. And they haven't been that consistent at home this season. They have 3 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses. However, when playing at home against Chicago, they haven't lost any of their last 3 games. So I do believe Chicago has a case here, and I think that they will definitely come out flying, seeing how they are on a nice 2 game winning streak on the road right now. So we are getting a very, very good price on Chicago on the double chance. It's plus 107, so that's what I will take in this game. I think it's going to be a very competitive match. Orlando might get to the scoreboard first, but in the current form, I think Chicago definitely has what it takes to get at least the draw out of this game. So I'm going to take Chicago on the double chance, and it's plus 107. In the next game, guys, we have TFC playing against Salt Lake, and Salt Lake and TFC are on a completely opposite form right now. Toronto hasn't won any of their last 5 games. They fired their head coach, Bob Bradley. He's no longer at the TFC. And even though Toronto is missing a ton of players because of the injuries and because of the Gold Cup as well, I think that they still have a decent base of players with Insigne and what's his name, Bernardeschi as well. And overall, they have been doing a very, very good job at home this season. They have 3 wins, 6 draws, and 1 loss. And I know it's not perfect, but they definitely are performing a lot better at home than they are on the road. As far as Salt Lake goes, they have won their last 2 games on the road, scored at least 2 goals in each of those 2 games, and overall they have been more than solid this season. So I think it's not gonna it's gonna be a pretty hard game for the TFC. Most definitely, but I think that we can expect a bit of a positive shock from the players here. Getting the new coach, still not a permanent solution, but I'm gonna give it a shot here, guys, and I'm gonna take Toronto on the money line. It's plus 130. Just the reason that the books are expecting them to be the favorites, it's gonna be enough for me, and I'm gonna take a shot with Toronto on the money line at home. Dallas is hosting LAFC, guys, and this could potentially be a very, very fun game to watch because we know that Dallas has enough offense to win games, to get to the scoreboard. They haven't been doing it as of late. They haven't scored a goal in their last 2 games. They have conceded 4 in those 2 games, and in this matchup against LAFC, we usually see a very, very fun game with a lot of chances and a lot of goals, and I think this is going to be the case here as well because LAFC is a bit sloppy on that defensive end right now. They have conceded 3 goals against Vancouver the other day, and I'm not sure if they are ready just yet to recover from that. So I think this, like I said, I think it's gonna be a very fun game to watch. And instead of choosing the sides, guys, I'm going with both teams to score an over 2.5 plus 104. Nice plus money, definitely worth a shot in my opinion. Minnesota is hosting Portland, guys, and that's a game at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And here we have a struggling home team, which is Minnesota, only one win, five draws, and one loss at home so far this season. And we have a struggling team on the road, which is Portland. Portland has won only one game on the road. They have four draws and they have five losses, and they now haven't won any of their last three games. Minnesota, on the other hand, had a friendly match against Kaiserslautern just a couple of days ago, and that's a game they won 2-1, which might be enough for their confidence and might be enough to give them a boost to finally get a win in the MLS as well. And I believe they had a significant signing. I believe they signed Timo Pukki from Norwich, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember that one. I'm not sure if he's going to play here or not, but definitely they needed a striker. They needed somebody to get their offense going. And once he's ready to play, I think this is going to be a different Minnesota team. And definitely they will get in a much, much better form soon. Portland is coming into this game with a lot of injured players, and for that reason, in a situation like this, I will definitely give the advantage to home team, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take Minnesota on the money line at plus 106. If this was like minus 120 or something, I wouldn't even touch it, but since we're getting nice plus money on Minnesota, I'm going to go with it, guys. Nashville and DC United are facing off, and this definitely should be an interesting game as well. Nashville, who has been struggling a lot, they are actually without a win in their last two games, on a two-game losing streak, and two games without scoring a single goal, which is very strange because they have been one of the best and most effective teams in the MLS so far this season. As far as DC goes, they have won their last game against Cincinnati 3-0 at home. But on the road, they have been all over the place, and this is going to be a very, very hard game for them. Nashville hasn't lost any of their last 9 home games in a row. 7 wins, 2 draws, only 1 loss, and I think this is actually a perfect spot for them to bounce back because they have never lost a game against DC United in the past. The fact that we are getting minus 118 on Nashville is good enough for me, and I'm going to take it as well. So Nashville against DC United, I'm taking Nashville on the money line at minus 118. St. Louis is in a pretty similar boat as Nashville is, and they are actually coming off of a nice win against San Jose. They have beaten them 2-1 on their own, but before that they were without a win for 3 games in a row. And this is also another great game for them, another great spot to continue this positive trend that they are on, and they have also been one of the most effective teams in the MLS so far this season. Colorado has been struggling a lot. They are without a single win, I believe, yet this season. No, actually, they have 2 wins. They have 8 draws and 9 losses, and luckily for them, those 2 wins were on their own. However, I don't think they can do it here simply because they don't have offense to outscore St. Louis right now. So the books are giving us an amazing price, minus 115 of St. Louis on the money line, and I'm gonna take it, guys. I think that this is a perfect opportunity for this pick, and if I might suggest, take St. Louis on the money line and Nashville on the money line in the double. That should get you deep into plus money, and that's what I might do as well. So I'm taking St. Louis on the money line. Kansas is hosting Vancouver in another interesting matchup in the MLS, and this was pretty much clear as day to me, guys. Vancouver is coming off of a win against LAFC on the road, and that is certainly a huge boost for them. However, Kansas City at home has been more than solid. They have been scoring a lot of goals. And with both teams missing a few key players, I think this is going to be a highly competitive match, guys. I'm not going to even prolong this one. Both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 103. I think that's the way to go, and I think that we might even hit this pick in the first half alone. So both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, minus 103. Galaxy is playing against San Jose. That's a 10:30 p.m. Eastern game. They are the away team, and I mean, we have 2 highly struggling teams right now, especially Galaxy, who has 1 win, 4 draws, and 5 losses on the road this season, while San Jose has been more than solid at home, 6 wins, 3 draws, and only 1 loss. However, they haven't won any of their last 3 games. Now, LA Galaxy doesn't have a lot of time to get back on track and possibly get into that playoff spot. But every time I say that, they go on and disappoint me. And this is the team that's, I don't know, just off the mark by far this season for some reason. Even though they have a very high quality team and they do have a lot of offense to show for, but they are just not showing it this season. So I'm gonna go with goals in this one. Both teams to score an over 2.5 instead of choosing the side. If we had one side that's in a slightly better form than the other, I would pick them. But instead of the sides, I decided to go with goals and both teams to score an over 2.5 at -114 seems like a way to go to me. And the last game of the day in the MLS is between Seattle and Houston. And I actually think this is a perfect opportunity for Houston to come back on the winning track after getting blown out of the water by Austin 3-0. But the fact that Seattle hasn't won any of their last 5 games, and the fact that Seattle is missing a ton of players due to injuries or players who are playing in the Gold Cup still, I think this is a perfect opportunity for Houston, like I said. Now, the fact is that Seattle hasn't lost any of their last 15 home games against Houston. And that's totally okay because we don't need them to lose. We just need Houston to get at least a draw out of this game. And for that reason, guys, I'm going to take Houston on the double chance, +106. Whenever we see a price this good on a team that actually has been performing really well as of late, I will definitely take it. And I think that this Houston double chance might be one of the best picks in the MLS of the day. So Seattle against Houston, I'm taking Houston on the double chance. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. Like I said, we have 13 free picks for you in this MLS video. If you want more, go to the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, guys. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. We do appreciate it a lot. And it does help us promote our channel. That's it, everyone. Have a great Saturday. Good luck with your bets. And I'll see you soon with more free picks.